Welcome back to episode Duscae.
Seeing all this wide open space, it makes me wonder about that new space project that Tio mentioned at SSMB. I will so laugh so much if it is the next Star Ocean video game.
What if it's a new IP?
You don't even know how that works, Jova.
Okay. Let me reiterate. I will laugh if it's...
say so. Sometimes Star Ocean games can be even more linear than 13.
I know. Or better yet, wasn't there a movie that Square made that was a Final Fantasy thing in space?
The Spirits Within.
What if it's a video game adaptation of that?
Why?
I say fucking no, because...
Why would Square adapt something that nearly killed them?
Because it's Square.
The Spirits Within is one of the most boring fucking movies I've ever seen in my life.
Is it more boring than Ballistic?
No, but it's definitely up there. Anyway, basically in this part we'll be doing we'll be doing a specific quest because one thing that I love about this game too, which is kind of old school in a way, is the fact that doing quests gives you XP. So it's a really great incentive, an extra incentive to do side quests.
Chocobo post up ahead. Do we actually get to ride chocobos in this demo?
Not in the demo, but Tabata, the director, said they will be available in the full game. In fact, it will be. It's interesting, Joe, because they actually make a joke about that too. Like, because the chocobos aren't here because they're still fine-tuning the chocobo mechanics and shit. And they even make a joke in this demo where if you go to the guy who's supposed to, give you a chocobo, he says, "No, you can't. They're not ready yet."
Yeah, reminds me of the self-referential humor about it being a demo in the Dual Destinies demo.
Okay, so basically in this particular part, we're gonna do a quest called actually I forgot the name, but basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna track the Behemoth's trail. Basically, we're gonna discover everything we can about the Behemoth. Study your know thy enemy, as people would say. So basically, what I'm doing right now is I'm looking for monsters to kill, and there's nothing. That particular big yellow thing is still a little bit too strong for us, so let's not bother him right now.
Aside from the fact that he's done nothing to you, at least those nastier, smaller ones look like they're evil enough.
I know, but if I attack the smaller ones, the big one will also be alerted.
No. I wasn't talking about the smaller mammoth things. I was talking about those things you were fighting earlier in this part.
That can't be good.
A trail of massive paws.
If the map's anything to go off.
Yep. Indeed, Ignis. Alright, so after navigation is it? Yeah, that dice trail, that's the name of the quest. Yeah, that dice trail, actually, sorry. So basically we're gonna follow his trail, see where he went. It's also a good way to find out where his home is, or hole, or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, various quests right now. Behemoth's Stalking Grounds, Pursuit Path, Federation Site. I can directly set the destination marker to where the Behemoth is, or for the sake of getting more XP, we can do the side stuff. So let's do some side stuff first, for the sake of getting some more XP.
Yeah, I keep thinking you're gonna say get some more exposition.
The hell are they doing?
Okay. Remember at the beginning of the Magitech. That's actually a reference.
I get that.
6, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Basically, you remember how at the beginning I said that story-wise, the Empire that killed Noctis' dad is hunting for them. Well, this is why sometimes we get attacked by the imperial troops.
These are not the type of bad guys.
Except these are not your common troops. They're actually robots.
Cool. I guess that's practical.
Here's the interesting thing about the mooks. One of them is always carrying a flag, and he's just there. Like, see?
Yes.
He has a gun
give you
too,
extra XP.
But dude, maybe it'll be a lot more useful to your troops if you let go of the fucking flag.
Wait,
just saying.
Well, when you think about it, Pedro, somebody programmed that into it.
It's funny you mentioned that, Pedro. In ancient wars, like Napoleon times and shit, there were actually troop specialists who who were basically needed to hold the flag, and that served to multiple purposes, like boosting morale to the troops, serving as a point for others. It was actually important. Same goes for the guy using the drum or the trumpet to give rhythm to the rest of the troops.
Not to mention
I
that
know that gameplay-wise in this particular game is fucking useless, but story-wise, on real history-wise, they made a lot of sense.
True, not to mention that sometimes they could also... True, not to mention that sometimes the flags could also double as pikes or spears as well.
I guess they're doing it for historical accuracy. I guess. Okay, sure, fine. I can dig with that.
You should really, you should really play games like RTSs like Total War or Mountain Blade. They emphasize on that.
So, Pedro, a question. I recall that there were apparently 3 modes of transportation. I know there was the car. I know there was the chocobo. What was the third one?
On foot.
Oh,
on foot.
Wow.
Yeah, they haven't said anything about airships yet, but future doesn't look very bright about that.
On foot, huh? So, okay, here's a question. If per se you...
Well,
Theo,
considering the nature of the story, maybe it wouldn't really... no, because this is more of a... They only have one specific goal in mind throughout this entire game, and I'm guessing by that... because of the focus of the story, there wouldn't really be a need for an airship in this game.
Which is why I have one question, though. Is like, well, if, like, per se, you use one mode of transportation, like, okay, like, well, say you use the chocobo to get to one area, does the car materialize in that area for you to use then, or do you have to go back to the area where you have the car?
We still don't know, because, again, the chocobos are not ready yet. But I'm guessing probably will be something like, we can use the chocobo, and we'll ride the chocobo, and the other party members will drive the car.
Huh.
You know, because the car, the driving, you can actually drive the car in 2 ways from what it's been confirmed. You can either drive the car yourself, GTA style, or you can just sit back since you're the fucking prince. You can just have the Ignis drive the car himself.
Nice. Do you get to drive the car in the demo?
Oh, crazy.
No, because the very
they specifically said
the point of the demo. The point of the main goal of the demo is to get the car. After that, we're done.
Pardon me.
Basically, you need money to pimp your ride.
Pardon me for a moment. Being called.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, basically, like I said in the first part, I'm taking cover for the sake of recovering some MP. While I'm taking cover, the enemies will have a harder time seeing me. So.
And this is in line on what the producer said. Prompto is an idiot in early phases of the game.
What I love is how the party members are actually surprisingly distinct, which I like.
The developer said specifically in an interview that in the early phase of the game, in order to reflect the character's personality, Prompto is not really used into fights, so in combat he's a bit of an idiot.
Oh, actually, he's not an idiot here. It's not that he's an idiot. It's just that. Since he's the gun guy, he's the sniper guy, he has low defenses, so he
goes in full guns blazing, but
he's usually the one who gets killed first because he has the lowest HP, he has the lowest defenses. But yeah, Gladiolus is
weak.
Gladiolus
is the tank, obviously.
It's compensated for the fact that he's the only one who can attack from a distance, I guess. And Gladiolus, for example, he's the big, strong...
he's the tank, the bruiser.
He's a tank, but to compensate, his attacks are slower. Ignis is, of course, our mage, and Noctis is the all-around fighter. He can do... in the final game, Noctis will also be able to use magic like Ignis does. Basically, Shiro, think of Noctis as Sora and Ignis as Donald.
Okay.
You're done with this riff-raff. Wonder who does these voices?
We still don't know. The demo doesn't have. But I do love the...
You know, I think the voice actors for Ignis and Gladio, if I recall.
Oh, really? Who?
Yeah, if I recall. Let me check the wiki. Might as well.
Because I love the voice actor for Ignis. He really fits the character, in my opinion.
Yeah, I am a faux British person.
No. He doesn't emphasize it. No, it sounds natural. At least to me, it does.
Yes, I know.
So in that case, Dweebs, what do you think of Gideon Emery as Balthier in Final Fantasy 12?
I'm pretty sure he
I
hasn't
don't.
seen
I
that.
haven't
He
got.
hasn't seen-
I only played like about 15 minutes of 12. So
Don't no, that one. We'll show him at one. We'll see it when we get to Final Fantasy 12 too.
Oh yeah, no, I just asking because I didn't.
we just got to do 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, and before that.
Oh boy.
Okay, so basically what I'm doing right now is a side quest where I can find a specific jewel that I can sell for a lot of money, and it's right here. Okay, one thing that if that allow me to address one thing for the more hardcore. There you go. I got 200 XP out of that, out of the Jewel of A-Star. So I can sell that jewel for quite a big amount of money. One thing that I would like to say for the most purist guys who love exploration. Remember, you don't have to set destination markers if you don't want to. So if you want to find these things without the game telling you where they are, you can just turn off the destination markers. So,
Well, one thing's for sure, I cannot wait till we get to play. We get to our 10 playthrough, only because, if there's one thing about commentaries that I like, is watching or seeing playthroughs of stuff that one or that at least one of us isn't really into, despite it being popular everywhere else.
oh, okay. You mean like?
Okay,
French...
I apologize. I was wrong. The American voice actors are not listed yet. Just the Japanese ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was talking about 10, Pedro.
Oh, okay.
Because from what I remember,
Knowing Jova, he will be the only one who probably likes it or
while
something.
quite a lot of people like 10, I understand you're not one of them.
No, me and Theo hate 10.
I don't know
Yeah,
about 10, but I played
the only
14.
thing
all
I
of the
remotely
nostalgia
liked in
shit.
that game was, aside from the battle system, the only thing I remotely
Auron.
liked in that game was the character of Auron.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
it.
much.
And
The
even
thing is-
then, not that really much.
And the thing is, the problem is that like it was the success of fans like me and Theo look at Final Fantasy X as the game that pretty much paved the way for.
Changed everything.
Yeah, it was it was the game, and the success of that game forced Square to go further in that direction, and because of that, we got the disaster of the 13 trilogy. Fortunately,
And all
what
these
was it?
shown in the past.
What was with 12 then?
12. That's the problem.
It was a side project made by the Matsuno team. Basically, I'm not even sure why we decided to make it a main number, because Matsuno is specialized in
It's a
making
common thing.
spin-offs.
It's actually a similar history that it has with this game, actually.
But this game was supposed to be a side game to
yeah,
the 13 series, but
yeah, this game was supposed to be a spin-off in the same universe, and it kind of is.
it's a
That's
main
why
series
that's why I'm forgiving in some parts the battle system, because
Highness.
since it was supposed to be a spin-off, it makes sense for having a different battle
thing is-
system from
I
the main.
wonder if that's the case. I wonder what
Whoa,
does.
that's a scratch.
That's what I'm wondering. What actually makes fans of 10 like 10?
Don't worry, Dwebs. We'll get around to talking
The
more
problem
detail about
it's complex, but the short version is that it was made in a time when people liked that kind of stuff, like Naruto.
Okay. Where are
And
we?
thing
Kingdom
about-
What's up
Hearts 2.
now?
We'll get to talk about that when we get to Final Fantasy X
What's up?
in more detail.
Sure, whatever.
About
Nothing,
that, I was looking forward.
We found a sign of a behemoth, apparently a giant scratch on a big
I
fucking
have
rock.
I have the 10-2 HD collection, so I'll do it eventually.
Shouldn't you wait till the PS4 version comes out?
Unless who cares? It's probably who cares? It's not really going to be
Well,
all
it
that
has the
different.
original soundtrack.
I actually
instead of
prefer. I actually prefer the remastered one, honestly. Anyway, unless of course Joe wants to record it on his PS4.
I don't have any recording hardware yet.
You don't. You don't
doesn't
have.
the PS4 let you
Exactly.
record videos of your
You can. The games are 40 frames per second, Whip. So by all means, record them yourself if you want to.
We'll see. Anywho, what were we talking about? Final Fantasy X?
Yeah.
Don't
Well, basically, Joe. One thing, if there's one kind of commentary I do like,
Just lost my
is
appetite.
watching playthroughs of popular stuff that at least one of us isn't really into.
Actual blood in a Final Fantasy game? Preposterous.
Joga.
How dare you?
Yeah. But that's one thing I like, watching playthroughs of stuff that is very popular, except for at least one of us.
You're a very sadist person, Liz. You know that.
No, I always like hearing people's rebuttals as to like whether it be us taking the piss out of something popular or us defending something that isn't popular.
So you're taking enjoyment in other people's suffering.
Basically,
I mean, that's the whole reason I watch Five Nights at Freddy's playthroughs on YouTube.
It's the main reason why Dwebs loves our No Country for Old Men
and our time
so much.
And our Time in Eternity playthrough.
But Jova, Time in Eternity is not popular.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess it's the reason that he likes our... What was the game we did that was popular?
Sonic
Heavy Rain?
Sonic...
Heavy Rain?
What?
Oh,
that reminds me, I still have to get a... That reminds me, I'm gonna have to record both Lost Worlds for DS and Shattered Crystal. Ugh.
Why?
Because I'm the only one who can.
Because he's a sadist.
Hey Pedro,
why not?
No. It's because he's the only one.
And because he's the only one.
Whoa, hold on. I can actually answer this, guys. It's because he's the only one with a 2DS capture card.
I just said that.
So what? We have already the Wii U version of
Pedro, what about Generations?
They're very different, Tio.
I want to get, since we already have the Wii U playthrough, I wanted to get that out too for the Switch.
I can understand for some reason like Generations 3DS because it has different levels and bosses.
Actually, Lost World 3DS has different levels too.
And Sonic Boom Shattered Crystal is way different from Rise of Lyric.
Yeah.
One's a 2D side scroller, the other's
Oh no, Dwivs, that is not the only difference.
One's an exploration dump.
Well, put it in the books.
But yeah. Anyway, basically, like I said, we're looking for clues. Alright, basically we're looking
for the Behemoth.
Yeah, clues for the Behemoth because...
So this is LA Noire Final Fantasy.
So far we have found a giant scratch on a rock and trace of blood on the ground.
If this is LA Noire Final Fantasy Edition, does Noctis get to be... Does Noctis get to tell whether someone's telling the truth, a lie, or doubt?
Actually, Dwibs. It's interesting you mentioned that, Dwibs, because according to Nomura, later on in the story, Noctis is going to have a magic... aside from his teleporting powers, he's also going to have the powers of the eyes that see the truth. Basically, whenever he gets red... Have you ever seen any artwork of him with red eyes? That's supposed to be it.
Oh my god.
That reminds me, speaking of LA Noire, since I have since I have the Ultimate Edition on PC, I guess I'll record that for the channel.
Definitely. Question, Liz, have you ever seen the 2014 E3 trailer of this game?
No, actually, I have.
Well, go ahead and rewatch it, and you'll notice that the very first thing that you'll see is a conversation between Noctis and his lover Stella, and Noctis is saying, sometimes I just see things that nobody else sees, and I don't know why. So basically, Noctis is struggling with this gift he has, and it's going to be a prominent thing in his
he's like an X-Men.
Yeah, I guess you could.
No, or like in Deus Ex Human Revolution. I never asked for this.
Hey Pedro, here's a question.
But I asked for Mankind Divide.
What a shame.
Hey Pedro, here's a question about this game. Can the wildlife interact with itself?
Yes it can.
Oh neat, it's like the meat eaters like those can go after the mammoths or whatever those things were.
Not when they're in the same species. Like, for example, if you're fighting a herd of, let's say, for example, you're fighting a herd of both garloins and saber tusks.
Yeah.
The saber tusks sometimes will attack the garloins, but they won't attack. But basically, each enemy won't attack enemy who's the same species.
Thank God. At
that's
least
what I meant.
Not like in Monster Hunter, where you can attack herbivores. Herbivores will attack you at random instead of attacking carnivores that are in the same area.
Actually, Pedro, that's what I meant. I was asking if different species could attack other species. That's what I meant.
They do.
Yeah, I think it's saying just like in Final Fantasy 12.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, I also have a question to you, Pedro. Did you in this playthrough travel through the dungeon? You know, the cave?
I did. I showed off as much as I could. I even showed off the big, awesome, super special, awesome attack that you can get when you get all the four swords.
Okay. No, I was more concerned because one friend told me that the goblins inside the cave can be really scary sometimes.
Oh boy.
Yes, Pedro?
Shiroi and Jova, you know how awesome it is to use the super special awesome attacks you get when you use the Master Form and the Final final form in Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yes.
Well, Noctis gets stronger and gets more powers, he's also going to be able to do awesome attacks like those, and there actually is one of those in this demo that I will show off in the very final part.
You know, it'd be cool if Noctis' ultimate weapon is a Keyblade.
Oh, well, come on, when will we just fool Weeaboo? I'm deadly sick and tired of people throwing Kingdom Hearts in the main Final Fantasy series.
Oh, come on, Tio. I don't like Weeaboos, and yet I don't see the Weeaboo in that.
Final Fantasy in the Kingdom Hearts series.
Joe, come on, Teo. Jova was just joshing.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Don't put.
No, I'm sorry. It's because I've seen too many posts on people today that want Sora in Smash or something.
No, why would Sora be
actually,
Shiroi, because of the whole voting thing, apparently Sora has an opportunity.
Yeah, but is he even eligible?
No, I'm pretty sure
he has like 3 games on the Nintendo systems, and 2 of them are forgettable.
Yeah. But anyway,
I mean, I guess to be fair, I mean, a lot of people were rather shocked when they heard Kingdom Hearts 3 wasn't coming to a Nintendo system, because at the time, Kingdom Hearts had mainly affiliation with Nintendo and Sony. So yeah, I guess there is that. Not to mention the fact that Sora has...
Hold on, guys. There's something up.
Wait, here we
go.
It's the Behemoth. It's the Behemoth.
Yeah, not to mention, at some point, Sora was actually one of the biggest video game characters on the block for an era of time.
Jova, not the time.
I know, it's just summing that up. Anywho. Oh, look at that. Is that like saying danger, Behemoth crossing?
No danger entry. Behemoth in the area.
Like that's ever stopped the heroes.
Question. I don't know if you can answer, Pedro, but doesn't the Japanese version have ideograms instead of Roman letters on the sign?
No, it's the same thing. The demo does have dual audio, but nothing changes aside from the voice acting.
No, I just, out of curiosity, in the Japanese version of the demo,
I don't know.
Okay. No, just curious.
Let's see, so if this Behemoth is like a Behemoth from, say, Final Fantasy IX, this may be a challenge.
It's
however, if it's like from Final Fantasy XIII...
Yeah, the classic Behemoth. The thing is, I don't remember how much big it is.
How bad can it be? It's probably...
There's an awesome sequence, Teo, that pretty much pays a tribute to Jurassic Park. And it's really awesome.
Speaking of Jurassic Park, Lego Jurassic Park's actually looking pretty nice. It's a Lego game that actually...
It's a Lego game, so what do you expect?
Here's the
thing, though. It's actually changing up some of the Lego games formula, too. It's even giving you the opportunity to actually have the dinosaurs as actual playable characters. And they're unlocked story-wise in a very special way.
So yeah, as the game just advised me, since the Behemoth is really dangerous, it might be, and the day is almost done, it might be a good idea to camp first before facing the Behemoth. So let's do that, so we can secure our XP.
And one more thing about Lego Jurassic Park.
Probably hearing that theme.
Yeah, this time I actually looked it up beforehand. We'll actually be able to hear it this time.
Yeah, I am seeing what some people say about some of the frame rate issues. Though I expect that'll be fixed up.
That's just a matter of polish. I'm pretty sure about that.
It's a demo. Come on.
I know. It's like
Square even made a survey. Made a survey about this demo, about players asking what needs to be improved and fixed and stuff.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, that's the great thing about this particular development team. They generally want to make the best game they can. Anyway,
so they're sort of like the level 5 division of Square.
Showing initiative.
Dry aged tender roast roast. This is the best meal you can get, by the way, because I've gathered all the ingredients needed. So we're actually gonna have the best meal in the game right now.
The best meal, eh?
Yeah, it gives you the free best status effects. But hold on, let me just select a marker for our next quest for the next day, and I guess that's it, right? I'm probably thinking right
doing
now.
That.
Oh, we're done. Okay.
So yeah, can you ever get attacked while camping?
No. Camping is literally a cutscene. So
it's bedtime. Huh.
There you go. See, camping.
The monsters are so polite we do not attack your tent.
No. It's because we always camp on a higher rock where the monsters can't reach us.
At least they're learning to be civil that way.
Okay, so here's what we're eating today. Dry aged tender roast stew.
Prime, sharp, and immune.
It gives us prime, sharp, and immune, and you'll see what those do when we're done. I really love this guitar in this music, by the way.
Ooh, prime.
XP time.
A whole lot of XP.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Who did this time?
So yeah, prime greatly increases attack, defense, and XP gained. Immune gives the status effects and the critical thing. I forgot what it was. It increases our chances of a critical hit, if I remember correctly.
So are these meals based on what you killed?
You'll see. Basically, I activated the tutorial for what happens when your HP falls to 0.
So yeah, question, Pedro, are these meals dependent on what you kill to get that XP?
No, it depends on which ingredients I get. And yes, killing enemies will give you some ingredients, so yeah.
Technically...
Yeah, you're right. If Noctis' max HP falls to 0, the game is over. You can use potions to restore the HP bar.
Hey, it's a Final Fantasy game where it actually makes sense that the leader following would
it's kind of like the recovering system from God Eagle Burst. So let's hope the AI is not sucky like in that game.
Actually, the AI is pretty good about helping Noctis when he's
restoring
down.
you.
Yeah, look, as you can see, Prompto is just about to do it. But first... Oh, actually, no, I forgot. He was still dodging that guy. I forgot. Anyway, the enemy... yeah, there you go. See, the AI is actually very good about that. Okay, so Noctis doesn't recover HP while in danger. If he remains in danger long enough, however, the stars will save him, aka the party members. So yeah, basically, not only am I fighting the big yellow guy, who's a little too strong for me, but the soldiers have decided to drop in right now. Not a good time, guys.
Oh hey!
The stars will save him.
Well hey, maybe the soldiers will finish off each other. I mean, well not each other, but maybe they'll help finish off the...
But that's the thing, but that's the thing, Joe, but the soldiers are after us. They're not after the animals, so they don't really give a shit about the animals.
And since we're automatons, I think we're programmed to do that.
Well, can they ever at least accidentally hit the animals?
Basically, what's going to happen...
We're getting both barrels here.
So basically, what's going to happen throughout this part is I'm going to be beating a few enemies as well as I can. Eventually, I realize that I'm way over my head, and I just run away. One great thing that I like, though, is that if you run away, you still get XP for every enemy you killed.
Well, it makes sense.
Question,
which sadly is something that Final Fantasy doesn't often do, as the tale will confirm. It's just
yeah.
Well, Pokemon does. Well, Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon. Well, yeah, Pokemon has the XP share thing, but usually in Final Fantasy, when you run away...
But when you run in Pokemon, you don't get the XP.
From what I can... the best I can remember is there's an ability, I think in Final Fantasy IX, that allows you to run and still get some money and XP, maybe?
Yeah, no, just the money.
Oh, just the money, you're right. It's Fleet Guild. It's Fleet Guild, yeah, you're right. Yeah, usually when you run away in Final Fantasy games, you don't get XP for even if you did kill enemies, so I'm glad they added this.
I know
remember, this is a series where sometimes, where a lot of times in a lot of games, bosses don't give you XP. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
I noticed in the background there's a giant dinosaur-looking thing. Is that attackable?
I think it's the Catoplepas.
Yeah.
So are they rideable?
Yeah, I think it's not a good. I think the numbers straight up said it's not a good idea facing them.
As you can see, I myself can also save my party members, but Gladiolus beat me to it.
I'm tempted. Are we ever going to see what happens if you are foolish enough to attack those things?
So yeah, as you can see, the AI is good about that. Anyway, yeah, somebody had a question for me?
So yeah, I was wondering, do we ever get to see what happens if you're foolish enough to attack one of those giant, what are those things?
Oh my god, upper soldiers.
Yeah. This game can get pretty brutal with the enemies that throws at you, actually.
Yeah, I can tell.
You're not even done with these monsters yet.
But again, if you think you're really, but if you don't think you can do this, you can just run away. So it's not really a problem.
And the guards just give up.
You know what would be cool is if they put in is like, well, even though the automatons are technically going after you, if they put in the ability for you to dodge them and then have them attack the whatchamacallits accidentally.
Joba, again, it's not a thing. game, it makes sense in terms of
No,
plot.
No,
Noctis is-
Tio. I'm saying if they accidentally
Someone
hit
help me,
it.
your leader.
By the way, I really love
That's
that
what I-
attention to detail they had, where Ignis first checks that there's no enemy in sight and then heals me. That's a nice little detail that I like.
Yeah.
We were struggling.
Well, I saw the animation of Ignis covering you while you were recovering, actually.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Speaking of attention to detail, Tio, what I was talking about is like, well, it would be cool if, like, per se, the robots were able to accidentally attack the storm text while trying to get at you.
Jova, that would be asking in
They actually can.
Oh, they can. Nice.
They actually can if the enemy is getting their way, but it's
Nice.
not that frequent because the soldiers are always incredibly focused on you. It's not very. It
I get
will
that.
only
I get
happen
that.
by luck.
I get that. I just
What the
like
fuck are you
games that
going?
do that.
I'm gonna
No, you will
get
not.
your party members
Get back
healed.
to that.
Don't forget Teo. I can't forget Teo. I might need him for help if I myself get down to 0.
One
I know,
left.
That's a
but
good-
I mean, Prompto was 0 HP and was going wherever, away from the battle.
Oh, that's the point. That's what the AI always whenever and you notice that I did that too.
Oh,
when I
here
got
we
my
come
HP.
again.
Yeah, but it's also away from the other companions. It will make more sense to run to your companion.
Whoa,
Well,
there's-
the other companions at the time were in the middle of battle, so
I
basically.
mean, I'm not blaming the AI. Don't bother.
Anyway,
Okay.
anywho, going back to my question earlier, Pedro, you see those things drinking at the water in the background? Do we ever get to attack those?
Not in the demo, at least not in this one, because you can't
Come
go
back,
into.
you big tusk thing.
Come on and
I
fight
don't, know,
like
I don't know if you'll be able to find them in the full game, but in this demo you can.
And remember, Jova, I don't know how much knowledge of the series do you have, but Capital Blepas in the main series are not some of the most nicest monsters ever.
I
They're usually defined as boss types, and they have the nasty abilities of petrify you. I don't know if they will do that in this game too.
Okay,
Aw,
so
but they look so
basically,
serene from here.
basically, I'm trying to see how much XP I can get before I'm forced to retire. I'm forced to make a you know.
Noctis
for the
gives up
money.
and retires.
How do you say this again? Before I'm forced to how do you say that again?
Okay, that Imperial
What
soldier
the
is a
hell
bit...
is that move?
Yeah, he can stab me.
Oh, and explode. Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
so they can act like kamikaze.
I like
Yeah,
that attention to detail about that soldier going all wacky when he was all electrocution.
But basically, when an HP reaches 0, you enter into the critical gauge, and look at Prompto. As you can see, he's almost actually dead.
I have to say,
so-
I'm amazed at the amount. I mean, I'm not necessarily amazed, but I really like the attention to detail and
In
everything.
the past few minutes.
Yeah.
What was that, sure?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like even back when Tabata was just a co-director rather than the actual just full director, Nomura talked about how much passion he had for this project, so he was the right person to help him and shit. So I'm pretty sure Tabata's the developers are definitely putting their heart and soul into this game. So
I
we're
have to
safe.
say, I really like that attention to detail, like where that Imperial soldier was all whacked out, and right before he stabbed you, he was like, "Oh, you didn't even beat
Be
it."
the hero.
No, I ran away because it's
Oh,
kind of
but you almost had it.
Jova.
Really?
I'm outnumbered.
No. I was talking about the tusk.
Oh, the tusk. Well,
Yeah, you would
I decided
almost-
to just run.
It was doing very little damage, or maybe it had too much HP.
But it was-
I'm still a little
oh, well.
underleveled for a battle like that. So
I know, it just looked like you almost had it. Oh well.
Join us for part 3 of episode Duscae Final Fantasy 15.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.